We'll go ahead and get started. And I have a little bit of trouble multitasking. I try to keep letting people in from the waiting room and go over my notes at the same time, but we'll get through it. So welcome everybody. My name is Emily Sauls. I'll be your host this evening. Just a couple of little bits of information I'd like to share with everybody about myself before we dive in. One, I have never hosted a virtual meeting. Two, I have not used PowerPoint since my college years, and we won't be discussing how long ago that was. And three, I have definitely never presented information to anyone in a virtual setting using PowerPoint ever. So please bear with me as I learn new tricks, as they say. Also, there'll be a link provided at the end of the presentation to submit any questions that you may have. All of the questions will be compiled and answered in a cumulative email that'll go out to everybody tomorrow morning. All right, this is a little video, and I've been informed that since I'm so new at Zoom and PowerPoint, that it's probably best if I skip the video, but they'll be sending you guys the presentation after the meeting anyway, so you guys can watch the video when you get that email from them. It's just a little informational thing. So welcome, thank you for coming to learn about this exciting opportunity for your child to travel abroad on an educational tour to Athens and the Greek islands during June of 2024. I'll first introduce myself and my background. I'll also give you a quick intro to EF, our travel partner. Then we'll go over our travel plans and tour itinerary, where we're going and what we'll be doing, what's included and what's not, the long list of items included in your tour. Our travel partner, EF, is more than a travel partner. They support us in so many more ways, which I'll tell you about. And then we'll go over safety and support. EF's top priority and how EF supports us in the whole process from planning to traveling. And then we'll cover price and enrolling, and wrap up the meeting by opening enrollment and submitting your questions using the sign-in form. And with that, let's dive in. First, just a little about me. My name is Emily Sauls. Most of you will know me from either growing up in Garner together when I was Emily Holder, through my husband Cliff or our son Chris, a rising 9th grader at Garner Magnet, or from Huckleberry's Friends Child Care Center, where I'm the 2nd generation owner and director. Travel is important now more than ever, and I really want all of you to have the same experience of a lifetime. Why I travel? My first travel experience abroad was about 10 years ago when I visited northern Italy with my mom and her husband, who was on what was probably his 98th time visiting for work. It was a whirlwind experience with tons of sights packed into several days and questions unanswered that I hadn't thought to ask since we were on our own, without a guide providing insight into what we were looking at. I left there promising myself that I would return and bring Cliff and Chris. They just had to see this place. My second trip abroad was 2 months ago in April of this year. Chris brought home an EF Tours flyer from school with Rome and Pompeii as the destination. It was absolute fate. The opportunity to go back to Italy with my family was unbelievable and worth every second of it. I'm offering this experience because of the impact travel has on students. It changes students' lives, helps differentiate students on their college applications, makes them more confident, independent, outgoing, etc. Expands students' knowledge of the world around them, helps increase cultural awareness and understanding. It's fun and something to look forward to. Another reason I want to offer this opportunity is because parents want their students to travel. In a survey conducted to families across the country, parents reported educational travel is an opportunity they value for their students. When asked what some of the benefits are of educational travel, Parents reported that it introduces new ways of learning, it provides innovative hands-on skills, it gets students off screens and interacting with the world, which I think is number one on that list. It complements the academic curriculum. It provides opportunity to discover one's life passion. Before we dive into the incredible itinerary we've selected for our trip, let's talk about travel and safety partner EF Educational Tours. They have over 55 years of experience, staff on the ground 365 days a year in over 50 countries, including one in Athens, Greece. EF always knows what's happening on the ground, which is critical in an ever-changing environment. They know how to safely navigate a city as true locals. They have an office close to us on tour in case we were to need extra support. They're a world leader in international education and accredited. EF is an accredited educational organization, just like our school. We're going to have fun, but we're going to learn a lot too. I feel extremely confident that partnering with EF is the best way to stay safe and healthy while having a life-changing experience. I'm going to go into more detail in a couple of slides. EF is the largest provider of educational student travel in the area. Many schools and teachers in our area already partner with them. These are just some examples of local schools that are actively traveling with EF. Let's jump into the itinerary. Here you'll see an overview of some of the highlights of our trip. So on days 1 and 2 will be mostly travel, getting settled in. Day 3, we'll see the Olympic Stadium that hosted the first modern Olympics in 1896. We'll visit the Acropolis to view the Parthenon, perhaps the world's greatest architectural feat, and explore the Acropolis Museum. Day 4, we'll take a guided excursion to Delphi and visit the archaeological site and museum centered around the Oracle of Delphi. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. One of the most important landmarks of antiquity. We'll climb the ruins of the Temple of Apollo, where, according to legend, this is where the gods chose to communicate with mortals. Day 5, we'll board our cruise ship for a 4-day adventure that will take us to the islands and coastal towns of Greece. I'm super excited about that part. Day 3, where we'll walk around the Parthenon and Acropolis. Just a couple of pictures of what we would see. This is day 3 in the Plaka district. And day 4 when we go to the Oracle of Delphi. Days 5 through 8, our cruise includes a 3-island shore excursion package, including visits to Santorini, Rhodes Island, and ancient Ephesus. Day 8, we'll get to add another stamp to our passports, as we'll be entering Turkey on one of our excursions. Day 9, we return to Athens and tour Capes. Yeah, I'm not even sure how they're pronounced that correctly, which houses an ancient temple dedicated to Poseidon with an expert local guide. Santorini, so pretty. I'm taking the Greek cooking class, and we could actually smash the plates, the Opa style, they said, in the traditional Greek meal. And all the food is just delicious. Our travel dates, because we are planning early and because we want to get the best experience possible, we need some flexibility when it comes to travel dates. With that, we have a flexible travel window, which means we could be leaving as early as June 16th and returning as late as July 3rd. We'll find out our exact dates 2 to 3 months before the tour, but for now, we could be traveling anytime within that range. Also to note, in the middle of that range falls our requested dates of June 20th through 29th. You'll see these dates as you enroll, but again, note that you could depart for your trip as early as June 16th and return as late as July 3rd. We also have the chance of traveling with another school, which would be a great experience to meet other students. So they do this window to make sure that all of the attractions and everything on our tour falls in line with dates that the attractions are open and things of that nature. So they have time to plan to make sure that we get the full experience. A lot is included in our tour. Breakfast and dinner are included every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are provided during our 4-day cruise. Entrances to landmarks and attractions are on a VIP status, basically. We get to enter these locations without having to wait in line. That's awesome too. Things that are not included, but it's not really surprising, are the passports, visas if applicable, baggage fees if you choose to check luggage, and we tip the local guides, bus drivers, and the tour director, and snacks and the 1 meal a day, which will be up for only half the time of our trip this time. But we'll be talking more about that in detail as we get closer to the date and covers the enrolled travelers. EF is so much more than just someone who books our flights and finds our hotels. I partner with EF because I like the peace of mind that I get through them. Our trip in April, I like being thoroughly trained prior to leading our group to Italy and knowing exactly what to do when we missed our connecting flight after flight delays. I like knowing that EF has been around for so long and is on the ground in so many locations that I don't need to worry. I like that it's education first. It's not going to be a group of shady people doing shady things with my child around. And also like that they're accredited and they'll help with school credits and college essays. Let's talk about safety. I've done the research and am incredibly confident partnering with EF. EF has our back. They've thought of everything, and I trust their safety policies. They have multiple programs in place to help keep us safe. They'll be right there to support us locally, globally, pre-tour and on tour to help us through any situations that arise. The bottom line, we're safer traveling with EF than we ever would be on our own. They have policies to protect our investment pre-tour, which we'll cover in a minute, but they also provide us with a lot on tour. Local support and insight. As you've already seen, EF is a global company. Because of this, EF has local knowledge to keep our groups safe no matter where we are in the world. Safety and incident response team. They have a team of experts located around the world. Their number one priority is safety. They're always ready to respond to ensure that a train strike or a sprained ankle won't slow us down, which I experienced on our trip. On day one, I tweaked my knee somehow and had to limp around the rest of the time, and it didn't slow us down a bit. Their emergency team is available 24/7, 365 days a year. Their rigorous health standards has enhanced safety precautions and procedures that cover everything from cleanliness to adjusting tours as needed. A 24/7 tour director and chaperone team support. In traveling with EF, there's a support team from our tour director to myself to my chaperones.
The sloppy joes.
Brother,
You want some?
I am burger.
Hamburger.
To take it to the next level, there are 3 ways to continue personal and educational growth. Personal learning guide. This guide helps students put a personal lens on their travel experience by having them view their trip through their own interests and passions. High school or college credit. The option of earning free high school credit EF is accredited just like our school. They have the option of earning 3 college credits through a course from Southern New Hampshire University. The credits are fully transferable, which is an amazing deal. You can add this college class when you enroll. EF's college essay guide is designed to help students take their personal experiential learning experience on tour as inspiration for their personal college essay. EF has 4 main learning objectives to ensure that students come home a more prepared global citizen than they were before they went on their EF tour. Our tour is more than just a vacation. It's a transformative educational experience that will prepare students for their future. EF supports us in so many ways, and here's a few key players that help make our tour exceptional. There are people at EF, like my personal tour consultant and their travel support team, that help us prepare for tour. My tour consultant helps me every step of the way, from planning this trip to getting you all involved to getting us prepared to depart. Our traveler support team is there for you to answer any questions you may have, from payments to dietary restrictions and more. While on tour, we have our tour director leading the way, and of course, I'll be there with my chaperones to help support the students and all of you back home. EF is offering a few things to help us protect our investment, to give us the confidence to book our travel experience now while monthly payments are so affordable. Here's some of the ways that EF is protecting our investment. Peace of mind. Your Peace of Mind program gives our group the flexibility to modify our tour or dates if we're uncomfortable traveling as we get closer to departure. Global travel protection. Custom designed travel protection unique to EF provides both pre-tour and on-tour benefits. I've built that into everyone's experience to give you additional coverage. Global Travel Protection Plus is available to you the day you enroll as well. Risk-free enrollment. If travelers enroll by Sunday, June 11th, they will qualify for EF's risk-free enrollment period. I hope these programs help give you all comfort and confidence to enroll in this experience now. If you want more information on any of these programs, I'll be sending out all of the details after this session. EF offers a few additional opportunities to fund our travel as well. Global Citizen Scholarship, $1,000 needs and merit-based scholarship. To be eligible, complete an application and submit a 2 to 3 minute video on how this tour will change the way you think, feel, or act about the world. All students traveling before December 31st, 2024 are eligible to apply for the 2024 Global Citizen Scholarship. Find out more specific information online at eftours.com/global-citizen. And they've told us that if you're interested in the scholarship, definitely apply for it, because not very many people do, so the competition is minimal. Personal tour fundraising page. Once you enroll, you can send out your personal tour fundraising URL from your traveler page. This page works just like a GoFundMe page, but better, because you see 100% of the contributions applied to your tour balance. It's great for holiday or birthday gifts, payment for babysitting, mowing lawns, or just sending to friends or family who want to help you see the world. Like I said, we get so much more by traveling with EF beyond our itinerary and logistics. We have options for payments and protection, amazing safety and support, and personalized learning opportunities for everyone. And finally, here is why we're planning so far in advance. EF offers a variety of ways to pay for this experience. The easiest and most common ways to pay are the biweekly and monthly payment options, which allow you to budget for your tour just like any monthly expense. And I don't know why this is not showing the rest of the slide there. It would have the payment arrangements on it. I'm not sure. Biweekly payments are $240 after the initial $95 fee. The most popular way to pay with EF is on a monthly basis. And if you enroll by the deadline, the monthly payments are $480 a month. You can also pay in full if you want to do that as well. Adults can travel as well. It's the same easy options, but the price is a little bit different because of rooming. If you enroll by the deadline, you'll get a discount off of this price. If you need more options, you can also select EF's manual payment plan, which follows a set invoicing schedule. Just give EF's traveler support team a call and they can help. This plan does require some additional fees paid up front in addition to the $95 fee. This plan is not valid for EF's risk-free enrollment period. I don't know why it's not showing everything there. Oh, I see. I'm new. There we go. That gives you the breakdown of the cost basis here. Oops. Okay, so enroll by Friday and you'll get an additional $100 off, so $200 total. I can't wait to experience this trip with all of you. At this point, enrollment is officially open. There's so many people interested in this experience. I anticipate that this trip will be very busy. Please keep that in mind. If this is something you're interested in doing, I would do it right away. So you can grab one of those spots before they're gone. We have 6 guaranteed spots available on this trip right now, and that's reserved by the airline and the hotels. They're able to guarantee us that. Turn the discount, enroll by Friday, June 16th, and you'll receive the $100 discount off cost of the tour and qualify for EF's risk-free enrollment period. This is a link to our tour enrollment page, which has everything you need to register. I'll be sending an email after this meeting with this link as well. Our enrollment page will cover all of the details specific to our tour that I went over today. The easiest way to enroll is online, but you can also call EF. Let me know if you're interested in that option through your sign-in form, which is on the next slide. There. And then this is the link to submit any questions you may have, and we'll have them all answered at the same time in an email tomorrow morning, I'm told. Let's see. Okay, I'm just seeing that there's 2 questions on the slide. So since the price screen didn't come up very well, let's go back to that one. There we go. That's got everything there for you. If there's anything related to the presentation, or if I went too fast, or you need to see another slide or anything, let me know.
Can I ask a question, Emily?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is 6 the maximum number, the minimum number? Can the number can go up, or can you just talk a little bit more about the number of folks?
Being this far out, that's the maximum that the airlines would secure at this moment, and that was based on how many people gave interest in attending this presentation. I believe that it can go up. We definitely don't want it to go below that, and that would be difficult, but they say there's not a minimum number of people to attend either. So I would say it's it's flexible.
If more people want to. attend,
Okay,
they'll-
and are you the only chaperone, or there would be other chaperones, or how does the chaperone part work?
There will be other chaperones as we get more people in. I think 6 would allow for only myself. I'm not 100% positive if that allows for myself and another chaperone, but regardless, my husband will be going as well, and he chaperoned on the last one that we went on. And it's not just open to students, it's also open to anyone over the age of 6 can attend. So if aunts and uncles want to come, or mom and dad want to come and leave the student at home, no, we won't turn anybody down. And just a student can come as well. My son's
Can I
with-
ask one
Yeah.
one more question? Do we know yet when graduation for next year is scheduled, and if this could potentially, happen in the middle of or after?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Since EF4 has so much, you can that they would most likely take into account this information, and they would pick something in the traditional summer break.
My son is on top of it. Yeah, it does provide flexibility. We can adjust accordingly. I would imagine that would be one of the instances where, I mean, if we could get a graduation date in time enough, I'll definitely find out about that.
Thank you.
But that's an excellent question. Oh, let me go back to the enrollment slide here. So that's the link where you would go to enroll, and then here's the questions link, and that will go to our tour director that knows the answers to every question better than I do.
Hey, Emily, I have a question. How much free time did you guys have in Italy? Like, is everything planned out, or do you have some kind of explore on your own type time as well?
Every day had several hours of explore on your own time, and that's where you would, so breakfast is typically at the hotel that morning, and then dinner is in a local restaurant that they've got pre-selected. So lunch is typically on our own, and that's when we would, during the free time and the several hours in the middle part of the day, is also where we would find our own little local vicinity and pick out where we wanted to eat on our own. Of course, we'd get nudges from our guide on, you might want to stay away from the shops right on the square. They're going to charge you more. If you go right around the corner, you'll get better food for less price, and all of that. So we had plenty of free time as well. I think it was a perfect mix.
Okay, thanks.
I have a question. If students are going on their own, is there a chaperone with them at all times, even during that free period in their lunch?
Yes, absolutely. This in our our trip that we just returned from, there were 2 students that didn't have a parent with them. And so there was a plethora of adults going as well. And so it was like a flock of parents were all keeping an eye on these additional children as well. And it was great. It was wonderful. I would have no hesitation to send my son if I couldn't attend as well.
Are all adults considered chaperones, or are
No.
there like specific chaperones?
There's specific chaperones. However, all adults do have background checks done prior to attending. But no, not every adult is considered a chaperone. It's a voluntary. You can volunteer to be one or be asked to be one. I got kind of thrown in it. Thrown in it running. I had signed up just to be another attendee, and just going to see the sights like everybody else, and was actually talked out of signing up to be a chaperone so that I wouldn't have to keep an eye on anybody at all, and you could just go and have fun. And so our original group leader left the school that they were at, and so they assigned it to another teacher, and that teacher asked me if I would be interested in chaperoning. Sure, absolutely, not a problem. And then it was about 3 days before we were to fly out, he contacted me and said, hey, Emily, my passport hasn't come in yet. Would you mind leading the entire group? It's like, sure, absolutely. I knew just a few people that were going, but I knew them all very well by the end, and we had the best time. Yeah, and everybody was looking after everybody anyway.
Another question, is it only Garner High School students going, or obviously the parents too, but is it only for the Garner High School students?
It's for anybody that wants to go. Actually, it's not limited to, in fact, my son's not even in Garner High yet. He's just finishing up 8th grade. He won't be at Garner Magnet until next year. But we wanted to open it up to all students everywhere. And so I tried to reach out to all of the local schools to get the word out for that.
That's anyone.
That's him.
Did you say that all adults would have background checks?
Yes,
Or just those that would, everyone, whether they're chaperone or not?
that's right.
Okay.
Jason Graham, I'm gonna call you out. You attended Italy with us. You got any comments to add?
I think you covered it well. Italy was a really good trip. It was a time of a lifetime. I do think it is very well worth the money. This one costs a little bit more than Italy did. It's a little bit longer trip. It was quite an investment to go to Italy, and I'd pay it all over again if I had the opportunity to do it. The girls enjoyed themselves, and it was a fun time. It was a very fun time. A lot of learning, a lot of experiences that just won't never have the opportunity to do again, to be honest with you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, I had a question about the price. Is that price locked in, or can it go up or down depending on how many people sign up?
Believe it is locked in. I know our trip to Italy, the rates didn't change any. And I believe it is just locked in.
Okay, and the other question, just a quick, for as far as chaperone, if you agree to be a chaperone, how does that process work? And are there discounted rates if you do chaperone? How does that work?
It depends on the number of people that attend as to the number of chaperones that they request to attend. There is a discount if you volunteer to be one and are requested to be one. So not everyone that volunteers to be a chaperone will get the discount, because we don't need 10 chaperones to 12 children. You know, it's the combination of the two for that. And so I believe it's one chaperone to every 6 or 8 students, if I'm not mistaken. Well, not just, I guess it's not students, it's participants. So one chaperone to every 6 to 8 participants, regardless of age.
For example, if there's one chaperone and 10 children, the discount for that chaperone will be pretty high.
I'm not positive on that. We'll have to double check on that.
Okay, thank you for that information.
Hey, Emily, I have to run. Thank you so much for doing this.
You're certainly welcome. Thank you for attending. And so if anybody else has any other questions that I can answer here, if I can't, please send them to that QR code. And we'll get a huge cumulative email tomorrow. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a great evening.
I'm sorry, can you go back to the itinerary real quick?
Absolutely. Let's see. So this is the first half. And actually, you can get even more detailed information on the other QR, the enrollment QR code. That takes you to the actual trip page that has everything included on that. And that is here at this QR.
Thank you. That's helpful. It is more detailed online if anybody else was wanting to look at it. It is a more detailed itinerary.
Wonderful. Thanks for verifying.
Thank you.
If that is everything, hope everybody has a wonderful evening. And I hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. Do you think you're gonna send all of this information by email?
Yes, the group leader, I believe she's going to send out this presentation as well as answers to any questions that are submitted from using that previous QR code. All of that will be sent in the email.
Oh, great, because I can open the QR code. Thank you.
You're welcome.